Hello, everyone. Good evening. Please, if you can hear me, kindly give a reaction, please. Give a thumbs up. Let me know that you all can hear me. All right. Good evening once again to each and every one of us. I see you all. Good evening. And my name is Queen. I call myself a community builder. And also on this call, we also have Mr. Cyril. Him and I founded Driven's community. And this is just basically a community. And the drive came from, from our own experience while trying to start up in tech. It wasn't such an easy one, especially trying to find a community where you belong in. So, Driven is here to solve that. We don't want it to be as rough as it was for us. We don't want you all to experience the same thing. So, basically, what Driven is all about is, like I said, it's a community. So, expect a lot from this amazing community. Workshop sections, hackathons, projects, guidance on portfolio, talks, and the rest. So, this is just meant to complement the technical or the hard skill that most of you all already have. I know most of you on this call might be a data analyst, business analyst, a full stack developer, front end, virtual assistant, cyber security, anything in tech. That means at this point you have some certain level of skill that you want to render. So driven sounds like more or less like a combination of your skill, technology, and all of these meeting what amazing opportunity. So there's going to be a lot of information that we are going to be sharing. Because one thing I believe in is that information is so much powerful. Information is a lot. What is separating you from where you are now to where you want to be is information. Information that you need to get from the right people. And that is what Driven is going to people in tech. A lot of amazing people that have gotten to some level and have some level of knowledge to share with each and every one of you. So we had our first section on Tuesday, and we talked about LinkedIn optimization, and that section was handled by an amazing speaker, Audrey. And tonight is another amazing section. We still have a lot more. Tomorrow again, there's going to be a section. On Monday, we'll have another section. On Tuesday, we'll have another section. Definitely, I will do my best to always remind us in the on the WhatsApp group, because I know many of us have a lot we are doing, and most times we just get pretty engaged. So I will do my best to remind you all. So tonight is a very special night for each and every one of you on this call. Tonight we are going to be looking at CVs, cover letters, how to go about cold emails. That is what we are going to be looking at tonight. And I don't know if you people know, but your CV is your passport. Your cover letter, those are your passports. And they are the things that are going to take you to your dream country, to that multi-international company that you work there. The first thing they are going to see is your CV. Your CV need to announce you even before they get to meet you. So tonight, we have someone in our midst, a very, very phenomenal lady that is going to, help us share her knowledge and help us the best way she can. And I believe tonight is going to be awesome. Like, tonight is going to be awesome. Those that are going to miss this section, I kind of feel for them. I kind of feel for them because I know that the recordings will be made available, but you also being in this section helps, because one thing is at least you get to ask your questions. You get to get the clarity that you so much yearn for. So for those of us that made themselves available for tonight's class, regardless against the odd, where I am now is raining heavily, and I guess that most of you are experiencing that. So, but you people still made yourself available. All right. So we appreciate you all. So please, before I invite the speaker for today's section, please and please kindly mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Please turn off your cameras. The comment section if you want to ask any question, at least during the time that she is speaking. So once she's done, there's going to be room to take questions. All right. So all of this will help us keep this section organized, please. So we have in our midst a very, very phenomenal lady. So please, if I'm introducing her, once I mention I am, please, people should start clapping, please and please. All right. So she's by the name Ogachukwu Ozioma. She's very passionate and she's a very resourceful HR professional. All right. She dedicated to helping individuals build strong career foundation. She has first-hand experience, like experience when it comes to human resources. So be rest assured we are meeting one of the people that have been in position to interview a lot of people, be it front-end developers and the rest. She has had an interview, the opportunity to look at their CV, look at their cover letters, and even interview most of them. She has helped a lot of recruitment process, prospect, onboarding process, and a lot of things. All right, she'll be the one to guide you all today. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. She'll be the one to guide you today in the areas of CV optimization, cover letters, places you can search for words, platforms you can search for jobs, and how to go about shooting your shot, code pitch, code email, and the rest. She's going to enlighten all of us on that aspect today. So please welcome Ugochukwu Ozioma. Please, let's give a good reaction, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Queen. I really
Thank you.
appreciate. Thank you very
Welcome.
much for having me here, and I'm glad to be here with everybody. Good evening, everybody. I hope the rain in your area is not disturbing, because myself the rain is much, but I'm happy that everyone is here, and I really appreciate this opportunity. Um, okay, I think we just have to start now. Please indicate if you are seeing my screen. Um, what the screen is on, please indicate. Okay, so can you see my screen? Okay. Thank you very much. I've been introduced already. Like she said, the topic for today is CV optimization, cover letter, and job application. Um, CV is very important, just like Queen has spoken earlier. She said that your CV is your passport. Your CV is what announces you, and it's really important that we know how to put our CV properly, and also to write great cover letters, and also how to fill job applications, in making sure that we are meeting the right place, the right persons, the right recruiters, and making sure that recruiters are getting first hand of our CVs, and making sure that our CV is already pronouncing us before we are even scheduled for an interview. Please indicate if you can see my screen, because I want to be very sure if my screen is being seen. Okay, thank you very much on that. So our objective, that's the section objective for this webinar today. We'll be talking on the section. We have to talk on creating ATS friendly CVs, that's applicant tracking system CVs. We'll also be talking on writing compelling and also tailored cover letters, and also be talking on how to craft impactful cold emails and DMs. Also, we'll be talking on how to use AI tools to refine CVs and cover letters, and also be talking on how to navigate the top hunting platforms. Okay, and why this section actually matters, because number one, your recruiters, well, when you send your CV, when you see job ads on LinkedIn, you see job ads on either any WhatsApp group you are, or just on the website or Facebook, any social media center, you see job ads. The first thing you look at, you yourself looking at the CV, you get to see the, okay, what are the job descriptions that are necessary for this role, what are their must haves, do I have all of that? And then the next thing you are talking of, if you've seen the benefit, the pay, if it's okay for you, the next thing you are doing is you are sending your CV to the recruiter. Now when the recruiter gets the CV, some recruiters make use of the ATS software, that's the applicant tracking software, and some recruiters don't, but many recruiters right now are making use of the ATS software. And once your CV is sent, you before some, because we have almost, let me say, we're applying for a role of a HR manager, or we're applying for a role of a cyber security personnel, and we have almost 1,100 CVs that came into the system, to our system. The first thing we are looking at is, how did this person actually create his or her CV? What is catching about this CV? That's the first 6 to 8 seconds that the recruiter sees your CV. If the person is already scanning your CV, okay, this CV even good for me to go to the next step of even checking out the person's experience, and also the skills of the person, and also the project and all the things that the person has done that is going to be qualified for this role. So before the CV even goes to the area of checking it, okay, we have the first set of persons that will be going for the interview, we have second set. Now, how good is your CV? So the recruiter spent just 6 to 8 seconds scanning a CV, and first impression matters, and also it determines who gets shortlisted. Like I said, if your CV is not reasonable, maybe your CV where you're having date of birth, you're having marriage certificate, we're having when we got married, your date of birth and all of that, your birthday, nobody wants to know your birthday. Do you get? So that alone an impression that matters if your CV is even going to be shortlisted for an interview. Also, we talking why this session actually matters. Also, a well-prepared application sets you apart from hundreds of applications, and that is the truth. If we have almost 1,000 CVs, let me just tell you the truth of HR. Let me tell you the gospel truth. When CVs come in, when you already posted a job ad, and you're already checking 1,000, probably you're not planning for 1,000. You just want, and it's only one person. Imagine in 1,000 CV, you're only looking for one person. Now, how do your CV stand out? How prepared is your CV? Because your CV is your billboard. Imagine being on the road and then there is a lot of traffic and all of that. There is this particular billboard that keeps you that gets your attention. Now that is how your CV is meant to get the attention of recruiters. I don't know if you're understanding me, and if you're, I like a very interactive class. But since we'll not be talking, I would love emojis to know that people are really understanding and also listening to me. Thank you very much. Um, Secondly, that's we're talking on the CV optimization. That's the structure. I don't know if you can see the image clearly on how a CV actually is meant to be. This, if you can see the image, okay, thank you very much. Now the first thing we should do when you are having a good CV structure, you should keep it very clean and professional. Don't have plenty talk. Your first name and your last name, you should not be writing your first name, your mother's name, your siblings name. No, we don't want all of that. It's not necessary. We have a lot of CVs to start looking at whose name and which other person's name that we are getting interested in. Sometimes it's even how long your name is. Speaking for a recruiter side, it will even be tiring the person. You know what's all this plenty name. So sometimes somebody will get discouraged even wanting to even check more on your CV. So the first thing, you should make it very clean, very professional, and easy to scan. Do you understand? You should have your name, that's your first name. Let me say, okay, let me use myself. My first name is Ozioma and my last name is Ugochukwu. Simple and short. Then your phone number should be there. There's some CVs I've seen. and there are no phone numbers there. And then I keep asking myself, because one thing about recruitment, you first of all do phone screening. After phone screening, then you start scheduling of interview. So if your phone number is not there, how do I call you for phone screening to know, okay, oh, look, are you interested in this one? We got your CV. These are the roles and these are the requirements. Are you still interested? So if your phone number is not there, how do you want us to reach you, brother and sister? So it's not possible. Do you understand? So number one, your first name and your last name. The next is your phone number. Please, a correct phone number, because I've had the experience whereby I had to call someone and they're telling me the number is not existing. But the thing there is that the patience I had, not every recruiter will have that patience. The patience I had for that person, because I don't know, sometimes you see that the other thing I always advise, please pray by sending your CVs. I just had this mind of actually going more to check out the person's experience. And I saw this person had great experience. I had to send the person a mail say the phone number you sent on your CV is not correct. Please can you send the correct phone number? And luckily for that person is someone that checks her mail consistently, so she was able to send the phone number. So that's it. So please have a correct phone number, a phone number that can be reached out to. Another one is an email address. Some places the email address are not correct. Do you understand? And please try to always give good email address that can be reached out to. Also your city and also your country, because there are some job roles that actually require a particular city. Probably the job description, the job role that was posted is for, we're looking for an applicant in Lagos State. And probably they're living in Abuja. And the role doesn't have any this requirement of saying that okay, there's an accommodation for this role. Please and please don't give the recruiter too much stress by filling out, because are you planning on, except you have a plan of relocating. Now when I mean relocating, if you have an interview today, you can relocate 2 days to 3 days before the interview. So that's it. Another thing, you should have an objective. That's your professional summary. Make it very, very professional. Just stick. Don't do too much. Don't write too much. I've done this one. Just write very simple something. I'm very proactive. Maybe let me say, for the instance of a virtual assistant, you can write, I'm a proactive and detailed virtual assistant with strong organizational skills. Completed almost there. You write skilled in handling administration, administrative support, also calendar management and document organizations. Then you can put down how the things you've done. That's your achievement. I've completed almost 50 administrative tasks. So those are the things that actually speaks out for you when a recruiter is already seeing that kind of objective. By the time we check your first name, we are seeing your professional summary, and that summary alone is what tells us, that summary alone sums up all the experiences you have written down on your CV. So those are, you see those little things, those are the things that actually that's the thing that actually brings you out. Those are the things that actually catches the recruiter in being interested to even reading down to your CV. Do you understand? Also, another thing, please don't have CVs that look like documents. Your CV should stick to 1 to 2 pages max. If you like, have almost 15 years of experience, you've done sales marketing, you've done HR, you've done virtual assistant, you've done cyber security. My brother, choose one. My sister, choose one. You don't really have to like, you can't be doing every. Okay, there's a particular CV that I saw one particular time. I was recruiting for was it a customer rep? I can't really remember. But what I saw in that CV, oh god, it was a guy. He has done a mechanical engineering. He has done a what else did I say? I showed my boss. I was like, he was like, no, this is like, I was already offended. I didn't even want to get to know more. I was, although the person the person also had an experience of a customer service representative. That's yes. That's already had a experience on it. But me, I was already offended. Why do you have to stress me in writing all these things? My brother, go straight to the point. Do you understand me? So those are the things that actually get to your recruiters, because we are human beings, and when we have a long day, we have a lot of CVs, 1,000 CVs, and we are trying to get it's just one person. So scanning what you just see, we ourselves, we don't want a lot of stress. So just go straight to the point and also help us. I don't know if you are getting me. Thank you. Also, the next one we're talking on are your skills. That's another thing on this ATS, that's applicant tracking system. When a particular role, sorry, excuse me. when a particular role already have like a description, and your job description is already talking of virtual assistant. Okay, let's say I don't know I'm using virtual assistant. Well, let's just continue with that. And then the role for that particular job description is virtual assistant. I'm looking for virtual assistant with 2 years experience, blah 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 blah, and all of that. Now when your CV has been submitted, the CV, why that is being submitted to the ATS software, it's a software. You just send the CV there. Now, those keywords that were written on the job description that was posted is already on the software, that's on the system itself. So those keywords, if you don't have those keywords as your skills, those keywords, your technical skills, your soft skills, and all of that skills, if you don't have those keywords on your CV, that's alone. That's AI. This one now is no human being that will have compassion to say, okay, let's keep moving further. AI alone has already scored you zero. And probably you may even be very good at your job. You may actually know what the job is all about, but because your CV did not go through that ATS, like having those keywords that are necessary, so that alone, AI has already, ATS have already cancelled that CV for you, and that is gone. Do you understand? Now, for the role of a virtual assistant, there are there are core skills they are meant to be put in. You can put in skills like virtual assistance and remote concentration, because most of this is usually on the job description. You can also put social media support, time management, good in time management, do good in data entry management, Google Workspace. Then the software that you're very good at, Google Workspace is a trailer and all of those software that virtual assistant uses. Now those keywords are very important. You can browse on AI, you can browse on the internet. Thank God we have AI now. What are those ATS keywords that are necessary and very important and catchy to recruiters? Please give me a prompt on, you can ask AI, please give me a prompt on them on ATS scoring core skills for virtual assistant that are catchy to recruiters. And also you can copy the job description, post it on AI, and say, please, I want you to call out some skills like I add to my CV and all of that. By the time you've already given AI, giving AI your core skills, those things that you are good at. Now AI helps you to refine all of that. I'm not saying that if AI say I am this one, you write it directly, because we HR, we know when this CV is written by a human being, and we, by the grace of God, some of us actually, we know when this CV is written by a human being, and also we know when the CV is directly from AI. Do you understand? Also use consistent fonts. Don't let your CV not be so jam packed. There's some CVs that are so jam packed and then it's not looking fine, it's not looking cute. Let me use the word cute. It's not looking fine. When the CVs are coming, everything is already jam packed. I'm telling you the gospel truth. We will get tired of it. Do you understand? Now let's move to the experiences. Now, when you're writing your experience, you have your, that's the role, virtual assistant, maybe Chicken Republic is the name of the company. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. You see the way it was being placed. You have your experience, your role, virtual assistant. By the right hand side, you have the year, whereby is it from January to January 2017, that's the start date to the start month and start year, and also to the end of the month and also end of the year. If you are still on the job, you can write to present. Do you understand? And also you can write where the company was actually, if it's in Lagos, Nigeria, you can write it under the date by the right hand side. And then for the left hand side, you have your name and the company's name, Ugochukwu Ozioma. Sorry, the role, virtual assistant, Chicken Republic, Indomie Table, whatever be the name of the company that you've worked in. And then you have your experiences. Probably you did roles, or another thing that is very important in CV is when you are writing your experience, please give numbers. And that's one new thing I've learned. Many HRs now, they want to see your achievement, in the sense that the numbers, how well have you done. Nobody wants to hear I manage all my CEOs data. I always entered my data. I had great time management. No, we want to have great numbers. We want to have numbers that have been written. How many persons did you work doing this thing for? How good were you? what is the percentage of how good you were. Do you understand? You can put instance of probably if you're a remote virtual assistant, yeah, virtual assistant, well, obviously that's kind of remote. You can say I manage social media accounts, calendars, make sure that I improve consistency, make sure that I was able to meet up to time by 30%. I was able to create great time management whereby making sure my CEO was able to meet up with his deadlines and all of that. So there are a lot of experiences that you have gathered, you write it down, giving numbers stated that okay, these are the things I've done by this particular percentage, how great you were. You were able to do so thing, you're able to, you show the problems that you solved and how far you solved them. Do you understand me? So that's the things that also align with your experience. Please don't put experience saying that there was a particular CV I saw for a sales rep. Somebody was saying that I can't really remember, but what the person was saying was kind of funny. But if you are someone that you are not really interested, you will just strip that CV away. So that's by the way. But make sure that your experience actually meets up with the requirements of that particular role. And always, please always keep updating your CVs. You may actually see the role of a virtual assistant, see the role of a customer care representative. They put their skills actually align. Please update your CVs, update your skills, update your experiences, making sure that it is meeting up to the must-haves of that particular role that you are applying for. Now, the next one we can talk on the projects that you've done. What kind of projects have you done? Have you done some kind of project? Maybe you've done internship projects. Maybe you did a particular project that you're able to, maybe a lot of projects that you have done. Probably you helped someone through freelancing, you did a volunteering role and all of that. So that part alone is part of project. That alone also helps to show that okay, this person is really interested in roles, even if when the person is not being paid, but the person gives it all. That alone makes you to be like, okay, this particular person is really good at what he or she is doing. Those are the things that be and then also you can add extracurricular activities. Maybe if you love volunteering, if you love going for events, educating events and all of that, you can also put in this kind of webinar that you're listening to now. You've attended some kind of webinars and maybe their certificate. Another one, if you also have great certificates of trainings you've done, you can also add it up there. So all of this makes a very good CV structure, and it helps in selling you out before you are even called for the interview. See, the recruiter alone is already very, very, very impressed. Do you understand? Some recruiters go as far as writing this particular person's name down to show that this person's CV is really good. And then you write, do you know what it means? That out of 1,000 CVs, maybe they picked 15 or they picked 50, and then in those 50 your name was written down. You know what it means? That's to show that your CV actually sold you very well. Then that the next stage has to come with, excuse me, has to come with interview. So the next one we'll be talking on is CV optimization. That's the content. Now focus on your achievement, like I said, the things that you have done. What are those things you've done? But let me use for instance of an HR, not actually the duties. What are the things you've done? If you've also, I was responsible for employee support, I was responsible for recruitment support, I was able to onboard 30 persons in 3 weeks, I was able to conduct an interview of over 1,000 persons. So those are the achievements you've done, because every organization is looking for someone that will solve their problem, not someone that will be a liability, or not someone that will keep adding problems for them and they will bring the one bringing the solutions. No, everybody wants to employ someone that actually bring in the work and actually create more of achievements for them rather than more problems. Also use action verbs, like saying yes, I was responsible for payroll, I was responsible for employee engagement, I was responsible for employee documentation, I was responsible for let me use for virtual assistant, I was responsible for email and calendar management. I was able to make sure that I organized my boss's calendar to make sure it was to meet up with his meetings, and not the meetings are not joining together. There is no jam packing and all of that. You can put all of this on AI, and AI helps you to refine a lot. I know English is not our they say English is not our first language, but that's by the way. That's why we have AI. Thank God for AI. AI help us to refine a lot of words rather than putting jargons. If you don't really understand how to place the word, sometimes myself and I guess everybody, sometimes there's some words you're not able to place well. You can meet AI. AI, you write those things you actually want to say, and then AI helps you in refining them. Now, I'm not saying you should write, you should always be, because there's something that is being said now that AI is going to take our jobs. AI is making people very dumb. No, when AI makes you dumb is when you're trying to know the verb is, you're going to AI. AI is this how to spell is. No. You also read, you also research. Then with what you know, AI helps and supports you to become better. Also use quantifying results. That's like saying I was able to process payrolls for 50 employees with 100 accuracy and improving efficiency by 20%. So you're seeing that there is results. There are numbers being stated. Nobody wants to see that I process payroll. No. How many payroll do you process? How well did you do it? Do you understand? Now the next thing, please, if you are understanding me and you're hearing me, please an emoji. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you so much. Then the next one is CV optimization, making use of the keyword, like I said. Inserting keywords from your job description. I've said that earlier. When a job description has been posted, you pick it up. Now, for the instance of a virtual assistant, they have email and calendar management. They have communication, great communication skills. They have time management. They have Google Workspace and all. Those things that be written down that be written down on the job description. Make sure that is on your CV as part of your skills. You should have great communication skills. You should have time management skills. You should have social media support. You should have customer communication and scheduling and all that, because those things will help out when it's being put in ATS. It helps you when it's being scanned. You see that you're actually mixing the part of persons that will be called for the interview. The first thing is for you to actually be called for the interview, and then after that we know what's next. So for an example I have here, we have job ads. If job ads say we're looking for an HR assistant, skilled in payroll, HRIS, that's the software, and employee engagement. Now your CV should show that in my skills, I am skilled in payroll. I am skilled in HRIS. I know some of the softwares. I know Bamboo HR and all of that. Do you get me? I know Notch HR. So it should be skilled, like though that particular word in the job description should be in your skills. Another one, employee engagement, so that once it's been passing through the refiner, that's the refiner's fire, because 8 years applicant tracking system is like the refiner's fire. If it pass that way, and those keywords that have already been stated there is not found there, I'm sorry. Even if you are the one that will be the best person in doing the rules, you won't get it. So the next one we're talking on is cover letter and your purpose. That's writing great cover letter. Some most of those times now, not all recruiters actually ask for cover letter. Like myself, I don't really fancy it, but that doesn't mean that some recruiters don't fancy it. Please, if you get a job description, if you see a job and it's written there, attach your cover letter and CV. Please make sure you write a great and compelling cover letter that will sell you also. Because another thing is, before they get to the CV, they are seeing the cover letter. Now, this cover letter has to show everything, your skills, your experience in one. Don't make it too much in just how many sentences. Now I have an example there. You can read it through. I guess this is also being recorded. I have an example. My name is Cindy, blah blah blah. I'm a techie savvy manager looking to flex my talent to identify new growth strategies. So let's leave that. Now your job posting mentioned that you are looking for an analyst with experience in SQL proficiency in statistical program language. Okay, let's go for to over the experience that the person has. So over the years, I have been able to achieve the following. Like that I was talking about your achievements: automated repetitive restaurant payroll and accounting tax with Python, freeing up 3 hours per week, completed a case study using a point of sales data from the restaurant to optimize our menu and price, leading to a revenue increase of 10%. Now you're saying that this alone, now let's tell ourselves the truth. If you are the recruiter and you see this kind of cover letter, let's tell ourselves the truth. Won't you want to know more about this person? In fact, if you even had other 1,000, you even want to even check that person's CV immediately. Do you get? So these are the things that actually speaks out for you. Now this cover letter, it's personalized your application. That's it shows exactly who you are. It actually speaks for you more even before the cover letter. It also show why you are fit for the role and the company, because all of that is already dedicated, also written in the cover letter. For example, your CV says, it says what you've done, while your cover letter, it says why it matters to that employer. So it gives the employer the reason to check for your CV. So is that understood? Now the next one we'll be talking on your cover letter structure. Firstly, you have the intro, like I said, that's your professional summary. The next one, you have your skills and your experience, your core skills, your experience that has to do with your, that's why the company needs you, your call to action, example of an offer letter. Okay, this is another one. I'm excited to apply for the HR intern role at Indomie Cafe. My experience in recruitment support, you see that I'm bringing in the achievements. Employee documentation, compensation analysis aligns with your team needs. I admire cafe driven employee engagement and I'm eager to contribute to your team, blah 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 and blah. Just make it very concise but very meaningful. The next one is using AI in our application. Now, this is very important. We use AI for drafting and refining. Sorry, excuse me. Now, we use AI to draft CVs because it creates. Sorry, I'm having cough. So we use AI for drafting and refining. You can use great prompts on AI. Say, please create a professional ATS friendly CV for me, whereby you already have the role. Like I explained before, when you go to AI, you can actually type it out. AI helps you. It helps you drafting great CVs. Many persons now use their CV now, use AI now to draft their CV. Once you just have a good prompt, AI helps you in drafting your CV. Please, are you still seeing my screen? Okay. Thank you very much. It helps you to create a professional ATS friendly CV. For example, you can write, if you are looking for the role of a virtual assistant, a graphic designer, an HR assistant, and all of that. You just meet AI, whereby your CV you already have your short. It helps you. It creates short, compelling, professional summary, like I said earlier, and also the core relevant skills to the job, and also your educational details. You write that one is written that those educational details are the one that will give it to AI. When you've written, please draft a particular. You write your educational details, your school, the year of the way you finish school, also your experience, and all of that. So it helps you in drafting your CV. When you have a good prompt, you put it out there. Now there are tools in using to draft out great CV. We have ChatGPT that is being known everywhere. We also have Job Scan, and also we have Resume AI, and we have Grammarly. These are AI tools that have been produced now that helps us. It makes life quite easy for us. Now the next one we also have, also another thing you should note is that when you're using this AI in drafting out your CV, please personalize the output. Well, when I mean by personalizing the output, I mean when you are creating it, you have your own. You don't just, how would I be? AI doesn't really know much about you. You should have what you does. You should have your name. Your name should be there. The company you've worked for, your job title that you've done, your date, and the skills you've done. Those skills, maybe you don't know how to put it well, and by the time you've already written down that job description, the skills, those things that you did while you were working in that particular place. When you put everything in on the AI, then you say, please help me score this as an ATS score. You will see by the time you've done all of that, AI helps you. By the time you've written on AI, creates a CV for you and can actually score. You say, okay, this is actually your score to know how far you are going. Sometimes even me, sometimes I put my CV on AI and I say, please AI, through ATS scoring, what score will you give my CV? And sometimes you give me, even when me I even thought that my CV is very good, to give me 40%, I'll say, okay, now where and where do you think I can get correction from? Where do you think I can get I should adjust some things that will actually meet up with so role for a role of an HR assistant, that will actually meet for the role of a HR manager. So AI helps me, and by the time I do all of that, by the time I'm seeing that okay, I'm scoring over 80%, that's a very good mark, isn't it? So yeah. Now the next one is cold emails. Now whereby in cold emails, you know, when you want to send cold emails to companies, probably you are looking for roles, maybe you've checked them out on LinkedIn, you've checked this particular company that you're eyeing on LinkedIn. Like myself, there are a lot of companies I'm eyeing on LinkedIn, but that's by the way. There are a lot of companies you're eyeing on LinkedIn. You've seen the employee engagement in that company. These people are really, really good. And you see yourself actually working there. You can actually structure a very good cold emails to that particular link, that particular mail. You can go to Hunter AI, Hunter OI, yeah, and then check out the company's name. Although some companies don't actually leave their email on their website that way, but with much researching, you can also through LinkedIn. By the time you get this particular person, you are following on LinkedIn, the person that works in that place, you are liking the person's comments, you're always reacting to the person's words, the things that the person's post and all of that. Like myself, the first role I got, it was through LinkedIn. This particular person I used to like on LinkedIn. I liked his post when I was coming out on HR, when I was starting my career. I liked the post. I followed him on LinkedIn. I checked his company. I went to his company. I followed the company. I said anything he posts on LinkedIn, I make sure I react. If it's just so that I'll get to the extent that if I anything he posts, notification will come up. So person has posted, I will run to LinkedIn. Probably I'm not doing anything on LinkedIn. I'll run to LinkedIn, go and react to the person post. Even whether what the person is saying is funny or not, or I actually enjoyed it or not, but because I'm trying to get this person reaction, I'm keeping my name on that person's head. Do you get me? I'm keeping my name on that person's head. Now let's go to this thing. Code DM. Before I go to that code emails. Let's talk on code emails. Code DMs. I before that person how I started, I was chatting, I was always liking the person and all that. By the time I made sure that I had already kept my name on this particular person, and then I just sent me a message on WhatsApp on LinkedIn. I said hi, good evening. Said good evening, and luckily for me, you responded immediately. I said I really enjoy your post on HR. I'm just starting my career, and that was where I put it. Oh, I said, but another thing is grace of God. Like I said, always pray before you do anything. That very day, I just started. I really love your post on the post you make on LinkedIn. It's really educating, and for myself that is just starting, it has really inspired me a lot, and it has given me more reasons to know why I'm actually in this profession. And the guy was really, he was saying, wow, that he really appreciates my sincerity and appreciates me coming up and chatting him up. And after that day, he didn't respond to me again. I think pay me. I thought maybe he would tell me, send me your WhatsApp number or let's chat on WhatsApp. I was really expecting, I was saying God. Then I was here after a week later. I still kept on I kept on liking his post. I kept on reacting to what he said. Sometimes when I say some things, I do tag him. Sometimes I do repost what he has posted. So those things were helping me in helping. What those things were doing for me was I was keeping my name in his head, because him too will get a notification that so person, do you understand? So person actually notified. So person liked your picture. So person did this one. So person viewed your profile and all. Then a particular time I now chatted him up again after a week, and that's when no stalking comes in. You don't chat someone today and then chat someone the next day. The person will get tired. You give it time. Do you understand? I had to chat the person up again. Say, what's up? Longest time. It was a particular post he posted, and then I went to him. I said, please, someone that is just starting. Please, can you actually elaborate on this particular post you posted? Then, guess what? He just told me, use my WhatsApp number, chat me up on WhatsApp. And that was how our relationship started. And the person has really helped me in my career journey. I won't lie, has really, really helped me. Now we have now become best of friends. Imagine, from LinkedIn, from cold email, from cold DMs, I was DMing him on LinkedIn. Then the next thing, we became best of friends. Today now, if he wants to call me, you call me, we'll call on phone, we'll chat, we'll talk. to the extent that there's some decision he wants to make. Even myself, when I want to make decisions, I reach out to him. Now, why am I telling you this story? These are what helps is when you're sending cold DMs, please make it very short and professional. You see, when I started, I had to let him know that I really enjoy your posts on LinkedIn. You always post things that are very inspiring. And someone that is starting, I always want to learn from. I even told him, please, I would like you to mentor me. If you don't, oh God, if you know the way I spoke, today I did. I even went to AI. I went to AI to be like, I want to something very professional. This is what I think. Please help me refine it, because I know that sometimes you may actually put is before and all of that. Sometimes it can be very confusing. So I went to AI. AI helped me to in refining some words to make it more professional and very short. Don't make it too much talk, because who have that strength to be reading a lot of talk? It's so much. So I made it very, also personalize my work. I personalized their work actually. I told him, look, I look at the things you post, are really inspiring. These are the things I would like to learn more, I would like to know more. So this will actually make this person, okay, this person is actually willing to learn. No. It's not one of the before for one day when we were chatting, I know for one day told him, please, I'm looking for a job, or please, if you have any job, reach out to me. No. I didn't do that. I made sure I said those things to make sure I bury my name is in your head. Do you get? So when you are also doing that, you personalize their work, making sure that you always show that yes, I actually see what you do, and I'm really, really, really encouraged and really, really challenged with what you are doing. So for an example, don't stalking. When I mean no stalking, is please when you are sending someone code email. Okay, there's one that somebody sent to me one particular time. I never even grow like that, but I don't grow sha. But there's one someone sent to me one particular time. You are meeting me for the first time. You've not even for one day say, I love the post you make on LinkedIn. I like the way you post your things. I like the engagement you get and all that. Then you told me, please, I'm starting my professional invention assistant. Please, can you give me a job? To be sincere, if I have a role, I will never remember that somebody like that have actually spoken to me concerning it. There was a particular seminar I went to, and there was something a woman said. She said that she's a HR professional also. She said that sometimes some persons actually send her DMs on LinkedIn, but because they just send it straight, there is no engagement, there is no professional recognition of their work and all of that. That sometimes even when she has the roles that they are looking for, she will remember. That's somebody will tell her, please, I'm looking for, when you have great referrals, I'm looking for, please, you have anybody in mind that is looking for the role of a cybersecurity, anybody that you have. She won't remember that, oh, there's a particular person that actually chatted me up on LinkedIn. No, because your name is not in my head. I have a lot of things I'm thinking. Probably because I even went on LinkedIn that day, my mind will never even tell me that there is someone that actually asked me for this particular role. Because there is no follow up. There is nothing making me excited to even want to even come in contact with you. So now that comes into cold DM. Now, if cold emails, when you've already probably you've actually checked on this person on LinkedIn, you've checked. I will always say LinkedIn is the best. Sincerely, that's the most professional social media that you can go to. Seriously speaking, when you've checked on the person on LinkedIn and you check the person's company and probably like how this person actually goes, probably if you've tried one or two, please no stalking. You've tried one or two on the person's LinkedIn and probably you didn't get like a response, because some persons are that way. You didn't get any response from them. Maybe they are so busy, maybe they're not the one handling their account and all of that. And you've done your research on this particular company, maybe the company's email is out there, you can actually send the email there. You can also make that, for example, dear recruiter, my name is Uzawa Gochuku. I'm an HR assistant. While you are saying that, you are also putting in the value you bring in. Your subject line should be very, 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 very clear and relevant. Application for any open roles in your organization. You should have catchy subject line. Your intro should be the who you are, the value you are bringing in, how you can actually bring in value, because that's what everybody looking for. Everybody looking for value. Nobody wants to bring in people, like I said earlier, that they'll be putting more on them and then they're not bringing in anything. Like what we always say, what do you bring to the table? Yes, companies also ask, what do you bring to the table? And that's the truth. Also, also I admire your company HR practices, or I admire your company's practices, and you write down those things that you actually browse on the company. Well, this person is a energy company. You write out everything you've known about the company, and how you want, what you can contribute and what you can do in order to help some things that are happening. Maybe there, you find that there are some difficulties that is going on in the company. You can send those emails saying, okay, these are the difficulties and this is how I can actually come in to help out solve those difficulties. Please, are you open for a quick call? I'm ever open for opportunities. One regard, your name, and that's it. So that alone, you've already structured a great cold emails, and also sometimes you may not get feedback from those mails. Sincerely, that's the truth. You tell yourself, but that doesn't mean that you will give up. Always keep doing it, not stalking, but once in a while you keep doing it. Now another one is okay, we've talked on cold DMs, job hunting platform. Like I said, we have LinkedIn jobs, we have networking, and we have opportunities. Please go for networking events. You can also network in church. Don't be shy. People that want to make money don't need to be shy. People that want to grow fast, they don't need to be shy. In church, you can network. I remember there's somebody I did I did recruiting for. A friend of mine, he didn't know I was a HR person. So that day we were just having a conversation. And then he was like, that the company he was running on his own, was one man business, but he wants to start recruiting staffs and all of that. But he doesn't really have the money. And I said, what do you mean? Me, I'm an HR person. No. You see, I've already sold myself there. Yeah, really? I said, yes, so. He said, that's you be yes. I said, hey, you don't, you see now, I'm so sorry that I've not told you this, but I'm an HR person. I can actually help you out. So don't worry, you will not pay me. I'll just help you out in recruiting staff. That alone, I've already thrown myself there. Now, I want to tell me that if there are any opportunities now that guy has, he will not bring it out for me. He will. Because right there, I've also given him my value. I've shown my value to him that this is what I can, even without him paying me, although we did it on friendship level, even without him paying me. But there's no way you will tell me that, except he's a wicked person, but he's not a wicked person, yeah. Except you not tell me that if there's somebody that's maybe somebody, a friend or a colleague brings up that idea, he'll be like, I know someone that actually did this work for me and she did it without pay. Now that alone, I have already networked, and with that, it brings opportunities for me. And like I said on LinkedIn too, LinkedIn you network, like the one I told you about that happened to me. When you are networking, it creates opportunities for you because you're already putting your name, making sure your name is a signal, is like a mark. It doesn't leave that person's head continuously. Do you understand? So that alone is it creates opportunities for you. Now we have Indeed. We all know Indeed is a global reach and all that. We have Glassdoor. We have Glassdoor. With Glassdoor, we check salaries, we check company reviews on this particular companies. How great is their company? What do they actually do? And all that. How much is the pay? And all that. We have Zip Recruiter. That is the AI job matching. They match you with the recruiter and also the candidate. Now this also, you see this Zip Recruiter, it makes use of ATS very well. So that's where that ATS comes in. You get, also instead of applying blind, you just use Glassdoor to actually check out the company's culture, to know what this company actually does, to see whether it actually meets with your own values and your own self growth, if this is actually where you want to work, and whether it meets up with what you want before you even start applying. So that if you don't apply finish and maybe you come for an interview, now be like, no, this is not what I want, this is not for me. So the next one we'll be talking on is strategic job application. Please read the job description very well. I've had some persons that when I call them on phone for full screening, hello, good afternoon, are you so person, my name is so and so from so and so company, you sent your CV for this particular role. I'm calling to tell you that we'll be scheduling an interview for this place, for this. No, I did not know that I scheduled. I did not know that I actually applied for this role. Oh. How much are you even paying? Hi. So try as I know that sometimes when you apply for a role, it takes 2 to 3 weeks before you're even being called. Sometimes you might apply for a particular role 1 month ago, and it takes you almost that many weeks before they even call you. True. But also at the same time, make sure something I used to do before I do take this thing. I created a tracking sheet for myself on spreadsheet. I take note, okay, this particular role, when did I do this? It can be tiring, but that time, I really needed those things for myself. So that was one of the things I did. Always read your job description carefully, especially for those ones that I'm actually, maybe when they call the company name, oh, I really remember. Okay, I remember. You check at this job description, can you actually do the role? Please don't give recruiter stress. Can you actually do the role? Their must haves, do you have it? The pay they are keeping, is it okay for you? The location, is it okay for you? Those are the things you check out first before you start applying. Another one, you also tailor each CV and cover letter. Like I said earlier, always update your CV for each roles. Probably if you are applying for the role of a customer service representative and you have experience of a virtual assistant, these all have to do with meeting up with people, making sure you are attending to people, meeting up people's demands and all of that. So it have their skills actually align. So you update your CV while by updating your skills so that when it's being put through the ATS, it aligns with the job description. Also apply early. Don't be like me like before. If I see a particular role, I will say I will come back to that role. Did I used to forget that we have almost Nigeria, there are a lot of persons looking for jobs. So if you say you are leaving that role, you have 1 million people else that are applying for it. You may not be 1 million and one. So try as much as possible to apply early when a particular role is being posted. Also track application, like I said, have like a tracking method. Me myself, I made use of spreadsheet. Track your application, know when this particular role, if this is already taking time, you can actually send a follow-up email. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, hiring manager. I applied for so role. I'm still very interested, just checking to know if the role is still open. I'm very much interested and ready to meet ready to listen to the ready to know more and to listen to the company's culture and how I can bring value to it. That is part of following up. And probably maybe this HR have actually forgotten about you because they have a lot of CVs. That alone can help in also refreshing the HR. Ah, this person sent a follow. Okay, let's already check this person's CV. Do you understand? Okay, like I said now, keep a spreadsheet tracker with company role, date, apply, also follow up date. So that also helps you because human beings we may not have everything in our mind. So we should have something that if you don't have like a spreadsheet to do, you can have paper and pen. You can do the old fashioned way. You take down time, okay, this is time I actually apply for this role. Okay, well, how do I follow up and when do I make sure that I'm able to reach out stating that okay, I'm still interested, I'm waiting for an interview and a response, and wherever ready to share my skills and my experiences, and also how it can meet up with the company culture. Then the next one, the key takeaways for this session is ATS CV. Like I said, it should be more visibility. Also tailored cover letters, like I earlier said, your cover letters should speak more about you. It should speak why the recruiter should actually think of you, why the recruiter should why you actually matter to the recruiter. It should be stronger impact and better connection with the employers. Also AI tools, making use of smarter tools to help your application, cold outreach, hidden job opportunities. By that you've done the checking on Hunter OI, you've checked LinkedIn, you checked LinkedIn opportunities. And that's what I wanted to say. There's somebody actually told me that those LinkedIn jobs, like also like in the area of sending of cold emails, those LinkedIn jobs that you've seen 2 to 3 years ago. I'm not praying that people should leave their jobs, oh, but it's normally said that 2 to 3 years, there's for persons that actually leave a particular company, maybe for a better place or a better growth. You can send out a CV saying, I saw so send out a mail. I saw this. I wanted to know if the job is still open or if the opportunity, if the job is not open, if the opportunities are actually aligned with my skill. Drop your CV and that's it. And also platform whereby that can help you to be able to reach out both on LinkedIn, join communities like Driven. I'm very sure Driven have a job opportunity community where they post job ads for job opportunities for young persons. Now my conclusion says that your CV gets you to the door. That's the truth. Before you are even, when a door is closed, before the door thinks of opening, it's your CV that determines whether that door will be open or it will be shut to you. Now your cover letter, it gets you noticed. Now your cover letter, if you are standing from afar, that cover letter is already okay, showing signal. This particular person, I think we need to reach out. Let's see what this person actually entails. Let's see how far or how good this person is. That's where your CV comes in to give you that door of an interview. So your outreach gets you very remembered. Now your next opportunity is closer than you think. The right application strategy can unlock it. So thank you very much for this webinar. It has been a great session. Please, do you have any question? I'll open for questioning now. Thank you so much. Okay, if you have any question, I think we're open for questioning. Okay, can you hear me? Any question? Any question, please? Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Sure,
Okay,
we can
please
hear you.
send out your questions. You can say your questions. Probably how you have it in the chat box or where. Just read out your questions.
So I don't know if anyone has any question. I believe it has been a very wonderful night, very informative. So I don't know if anyone has any questions that you want to ask Ozioma. He will gladly attend to that, please. You can just raise up your hand. Let's know how many we are. That will help. That will help. All right. Okay. Let's hear from Oladipo. Forgive me if I didn't get your name correctly. Please, let's hear from you. Kindly unmute yourself.
Good evening, everybody.
Good
Good evening,
evening.
Pastor. Good evening, Queen. Thanks for this wonderful platform and thanks for this opportunity. And good evening to the presenter, Ozioma Gochuku. That was a nice delivery. Please, I just want to make some inquiry. From what you actually said about the 8 years score, I actually ran my maybe for the first, let me say for the first time, you actually got a tip from this and actually ran my CV through the 8 years on ChatGPT and it actually gave me 77%. What do you can you actually give what you feel maybe the score range that probably one should always try to work towards from the 8 years grading that will be better for employment. Then secondly, you talk about not sharing, not putting the detail, not putting too much details about the job or probably work experience. I feel like work experience is one of the major things that makes your employer wants to be interested in, okay, this person will actually have this idea about this thing, this knowledge about this thing, or this person is actually versatile to be able to handle these or that. So I feel like is streamlining it strictly to what that job is about is the best option, or probably one can still include all those previous job experience and just try to reduce maybe the what the job experience is all about. That's just the two questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, EJ Dwala. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well. Now, your first question, to score CVs, some different roles for different hire manager, maybe some roles and also your experience actually determines the score. Probably we are the hire manager is looking for an entry level role. There is a particular score depending on hiring manager, the score he or she wants for that particular role. Maybe the person score the list can start from probably 70. Then that is on the hiring manager, and also maybe as the CV goes by, when you scale it through the 80, like you said you did, and 7, so I think 770 is a very good pass. It's a very very good one. So I think you are good to go. Like I said, always update your CV for the kind of roles, the job description that has been stated. Now, for the second one, you said on putting too much. Now, what I mean by that is not having excess stuff in it, because another thing. What I mean from that is, I'm not saying that you should not write all your detailed experiences. What I'm saying, those extra things that are not really necessary. Why will you be having an experience reaching up to 15 experiences? Because I have seen it. So that's what I mean by having a lot of things, writing down plenty things. You write out those things that you know that are actually relating to the job description, that aligns with the job description, and you can actually brief it up. You don't need to put plenty talk. Because if you start writing all those plenty things, it makes the CV to reach almost 3 pages. And to be sincere, nobody wants to have a CV of almost 3 pages. when they have almost 1,000 persons they are recruiting for, they are still getting their CVs to be seen. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that you shouldn't write down your experiences. Write down all your experiences that aligns with that role. But please make it very concise, make it very professional, make it very short. Don't write plenty things. Don't in a CV or a particular experience, you have at least six or at least five. You don't need to have almost 10. What am I reading? If I've read the first three, what do I still want to read the remaining seven for? So that's just actually what I mean. Is there any other question? I don't know if I've answered your question. Okay, thank you very much. Any other question?
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. I believe that gives him all the clarity that he's looking for. But I don't know if any other person has any question. All right, Mr. Cyril, let's hear from you.
Thank you very much, Queen. Thank you very much, Ozioma, for that very informative section. Okay, so I'm just going to digress a little, but it's not far from what we are talking about tonight. Now, uh, we understand the fact that your CV should be tailored at that point in time towards what the required job description is talking about. That is, in fact, that's the national anthem. That's the national anthem because nobody wants to go through uh, 4 pages, 5 pages of a particular person's CV when they have a whole lot to go over. So the best thing is to just tailor it. So it's not a showstopper if you have uh, different CV template because there are a lot of people in the industry who are skilled across multiple sectors, right? So if there's an opening for maybe for cloud computing, you can restructure your templates that you have for cloud computing and send the CV across. If there's an opening for cybersecurity, you can also do that as well. It's not a showstopper. There's no law that says you cannot have more than one CV template that meets a particular job description. So my direct question is this: I know you're an HR, and you're privy to conduct a lot of interviews, especially for those who scale through the entire CV recruitment process. Now, I just want you to give us interview tips that we need to actually look out for after, especially for those who have scaled through the CV process. They sent forth a very structured CV, and they were fortunate to be among those who will be called for maybe a physical interview or an online interview. So, what are the interview tips that one needs to have at the back of their mind to prepare themselves for a job interview? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Cyril. I guess that's your name. Okay, thank you very much. Firstly, when you actually, if you get a job interview invite, the first thing that is advised to do, go and research about that company. If it's let's use, like I said, let's use Indomie Cafe that's called you, because I don't know, most HRs do that, they do phone screen. Not everybody has that time. When you're already called for a phone screening, asking you, are you available? We have an interview scheduled for you so time. You ask. You can ask the person, oh sorry, please, it's been long I actually filled for this role. Please, what's the name of the company again? And also the role. You write it down. It's always good to take notes. If they tell the company is Indomie Cafe, okay, the role is for a customer rep. Good. Immediately you are dropping that call before you even get an email that okay, we are inviting you for an interview. Please go and research about the company because they are going to ask you. Every recruiter is going to ask you, okay, what have you researched about a company? What do you know about Indomie Cafe? Nobody wants to hear you're coming to somebody that's coming to work for me. You're telling me, I did not know that I'm supposed to research you. Or someone like one I've actually had with the person told me, well, I didn't know that I was supposed to actually research, but I'll give me time. I'll research for it. Me and the other person that are recruiting, we already knew that it was a no-no. Every other thing that that person was saying for that interview was just to fulfill obligation. Now you don't want that for yourself. Even if you don't need to know everything about the company, but there are key things. They have website, they have LinkedIn. There's some yes, there's a company that don't have website. You can go on LinkedIn, check on this particular company, check on their staffs. You can check, on LinkedIn, they will show you this particular person works here, this particular person works here. With that, you're already seeing what the company, and as a very intelligent person, you already know that okay, this is what this company does. You can know okay, these are the roles of the company, this is exactly what the company is known for. You can check if there are one or two achievement. You can check Instagram or anything. If they celebrated their anniversary or whatever, you can say, I love the way how an employee engagement, the employees are always eager to work. I love how great the company is and all of that. You state the things you know about the company, research the company, what the company is known for, their mission, their values, what they do, what they sell, what their product is all about, and also a lot of maybe a kind of achievement that they've also done in the recent past. Also, another thing, you also understand the role, which is very important. Like I said earlier, you check on their LinkedIn page, check on their social media. The next one, you research about the role, maybe a customer representative role. Go and research. Okay, what are the roles? What are the responsibilities of a customer representative? What are the key responsibilities for the role of a customer representative? Do you know sometimes I go as far as going to AI. AI has done me well. Go to AI and say, AI, please, if you are a recruiter for a particular role, what questions will you ask me as an entry level customer service representative? AI will bring out the questions. You can go to AI again, prompt it the same way for a mid level, prompt it the same way, and all of that. So you get to know more about what the role is all about. Also, you also prepare yourself for questions, to prepare yourself to answer questions. Like I said, AI will give you can ask AI, you can see question, AI will tell you, tell me about yourself, because those are the first questions they usually ask. Okay, we'll ask you, okay, who is Ozema Ugochukwu? Then you explain. Ozema Ugochukwu is a HR professional with 4 years experience, with this one experience, and all of that. Also, they will also ask you, why are you interested in this role? Some HRs go to the extent of why do you want to leave your former role? They go to the extent of asking those questions. Why exactly do you want to leave your former role? And you now come and start saying, because me and my HR had problems. I was sacked. No, you make sure that you are able to answer strategic questions that will be asked to you. So you prepare yourself for those questions. Also, you also prepare questions to ask the interviewer. Now, those questions you ask the interviewer, probably when you've searched on the company, you see some things that are very engaging, some things that are very exciting. You can talk about it during it. Oh, I saw so thing that was mentioned. I would love to know about this. Can you share me more about the company culture and also this particular achievement that was achieved in the company? So yeah. Please can you tell me more about it? I would love to know more. That alone, to be sincere, that recruiter will say, even if you're not good for the role, this person actually know what's up. Oh. Person is ready to learn and all of that. Also, please, if it's a physical interview, make sure if the interview is for 8 p.m. If you are living in Lagos, please leave your house by 6 a.m. I have done it before. Leave your house by 6. Be punctual. Make sure you be among the first set of persons. Don't be there at 8 a.m. on the dot. Another, if it's a virtual interview, if they obviously eventually that they want to see your face, please dress well. I've had interviews that a woman is coming to wear singlet for me. Me that is the interview, I dress well, I wear suit with small something on my body. I wear suit, did my comb my hair, brush my hair well. I am going to do interview for you with you, eventual interview. You are putting on singlet and you are putting your phone directly to your eye. I mean at your forehead. I'm not seeing you clearly. So that alone is a great disqualification. It's an X. You can't go anywhere with it. Also, another one is when you're talking, talk professionally. Talk like someone that knows what he or she is saying. Don't stammer. Any question that you know that you don't know how to answer it, you can switch it up. Okay, I don't really know about this, but I'm ready to learn. Because I'm someone that is always eager to learn. I want to learn more things. I also want to learn more about your culture. Don't say no, I don't know. Do you get? And also be able to communicate. When the interviewer is talking, please allow that interviewer to finish talking. There are times when me I'm interviewing someone, I've never finished my statement. Okay ma, thank you for that question. Allow me to land. Because sometimes when you want to overstep or you want to talk above me or you want to talk in between my words, you might actually not even get what I was trying to say, and you end up answering the wrong questions. Also, you are able to be positive. See, another thing, if you don't get the interview, it doesn't mean that you've not done well. It makes you better. You will know that okay, in the next interview probably I do better or I do best. So those are the things that makes you prepared for an interview. Another thing I would like to add, after each interview, please follow up. You can send a follow up message. Thank you very much for bringing me on. I really enjoyed the conversation. I really enjoyed this opportunity. I'm looking forward to contributing great skill like I've earlier communicated. I'm looking forward to reaching, coming in contact with your company and working with your company to join the great company culture and all of that. So those are the things that you do to prepare yourself for an interview. So I'm Siri, I hope I answered your question.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Even I myself, I even learned one or two. And I guess everyone on the call that didn't want to ask questions, I feel like Siri is our spokesman today. So thank you so much for that, Ozema. Really appreciate. Thank you for joining us for tonight's section. So this is Driven saying thank you to you. Thank you so much. Please, at least let's clap. I believe she did well. Each and every one of us has learned one or two, and that is the purpose for this section. You come, you get to learn from the very best in the space. They get to share their experience. You get to learn from the information, and you add it to what you have already for greater things. So please and please, I believe after the section, kindly look at your CV. What and what can I add? What and what can I remove? How can I get the very best out of this? All right. So that will also help a lot. So tomorrow we'll be meeting here again by 8 p.m. And tomorrow's section is going to be a very interesting one. In fact, anybody in tech, be it data, in fact, if you are looking at working remotely, if you want to be in tech or you're already in the tech space, this is something that is going to be very beneficial to you, because tomorrow we are going to be looking at project management tools. I don't even know why most people think that project management tools are just meant for project managers or product managers or program managers. That is a very big lie, because managers don't manage themselves, they manage people. So the people they are going to manage needs to be aware or needs to be familiar with the tools that they are going to use to manage you. So please and please make yourself available tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to be looking at a lot of interesting tools used by managers. You can even get to see how they are being used so that you know what to do. So it's going to be a more or less like a practical section. So come prepared. You're going to be exposed to tools like Trello and a lot other tools that projects, program, product managers use, which is something that you need to know how to use, because that is one way to they need to take note of your timelines, your tasks, what you are doing, what you need to do, and the rest. So this is going to be very, very beneficial to everyone looking at working remotely. Even if you are not working remotely, be it hybrid, be it on site, these are tools that people in the tech space are embracing, and you need to embrace that too. While on Monday, Tuesday, we are going to be looking at AI, from prompt engineering and how you can use AI to your daily activities, or incorporate AI to what you're already doing to get what a better result to increase your speed. So please and please, we still have a lot of sections upcoming, so please don't miss it. So I don't know how many of us are going to be available tomorrow. If I'm going to see you here tomorrow, give a thumbs up, please. If I'm going, okay, it's only miracle that I will see you here tomorrow. All right. All right, so please and please try and show up tomorrow. As for the recording, once it's available, we are going to make it available to you all. So you can always go over it for recap via the link will be provided. So once again, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. And also thank you, Ozioma. The pleasure is all ours having you here, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you
I
so
don't know,
much,
Mr.
Queen.
Siri, do you
Thank you
have?
so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Mr.
appreciate.
Siri, do you have
Thank you.
one or two to chip in? Yeah, thank you. Do you have one or two to chip in before we call it a night? All right, all right. So thank you so much, everyone. So we meet here tomorrow by 8 p.m. Good night, everyone, and do have a wonderful night rest. Bye.